I found 2 things to watch, bro. And then after this, I'm going to make beats. Ain't shit to watch, bro. I think that's a sign that I need to make beats right now. Rapper stuck in the underground. I think I've seen part 1.
All right, so here we are, part 2. Now, like I said, before we get started,
yeah, I seen part 1. I saw part 1.
Rappers, but today we're gonna talk about rappers that are stuck in the underground. So I want to start with Fonny and Uno because they both fit in the same conversation.
Bro, Uno the activist.
Uno were like the faces of the early SoundCloud. When Splur Gang became a thing, that group made tracks that influenced the whole new age of SoundCloud rap we got.
Who was it? My nigga, somebody was telling me, bro. He was saying, like, Cardi left Uno the activist kind of, like, behind, bro. Like, I agree, but I don't. It's like, what did you want him to do? I mean, like, besides throw him features and shit, it's like, if y'all on 2 different timings when it come to music, it's like, what do you really do, bro? But I still bump Uno. Like, Uno's hard to this day. I still listen to Uno.
Got today. Uno had a catchy flow. Shoot, Fonny made songs for the parties and the thoughts, but they also fit into this criteria of having fun and making bouncy plug music. And you will have people to this day that will tell you Cardi got his old flow and early sound from these two. But that topic always been controversial, and a group had broke apart after a huge altercation between Uno and some of the members of ASAP. But people didn't realize that Cardi was very close with ASAP Mob during that whole time. So instead of sliding with Splur Gang, he went with the ASAP Mob and Rocky, and naturally over time, them dudes just never talked again. But Uno and Fonny still had their careers going. But with Thousand Band Fonny, his career was slowly getting stagnant. In 2016, everybody knew that Fonny was hot. He had some of the craziest hits. One of my favorites, Wish the Worst. But that whole time, you know, people didn't know that Fonny was signed to QC. In 2017, Fonny was facing a lot of label trouble. He didn't want
favorite Fonny song, bro? Domino, easily.
No parts in QC.
Domino,
so
bro.
Eventually he had dip, and of course he still delivered some music over the years and some bangers. But Fonny was still lit off the early spark that he had years ago. So the biggest thing I could think of for Fonny not escaping the underground is probably not being signed and branching out like the way he did in 2016. Cause think about it, instead of building connections, Fonny was breaking them. Fonny was beefing with his own label.
Fonny's last album was so ass, bro. If y'all didn't see the reaction to that, bro, you want to go watch it, go watch it. But if you don't, nigga, you didn't miss out on nothing, bro. That album was ass.
He would post these IG videos of him like
that orange album, bro.
He had beef with Yachty and Slime Cedo, and both Uno and Fonny, I feel like they
next time, no security. I don't know why you got beat. You were flexing.
It was somewhat blinded by the fans because y'all remember them early days that they had with Cardi. That's all people talk about. Uno still be dropping music to this day, but he's actually doing somewhat better than Fonny. People don't realize that they both had their time. The new age of SoundCloud rap will always respect them, but people gotta move on. So next, I got both Slump and SGP West. Now,
favorite? Hold up, before we move on. Favorite Uno song? Pure or I. I say one of those, bro. I like those.
Name for themselves.
I don't listen to Slump though. I don't listen to Slump.
16 years old, making some of the biggest hits that year with Tana with the track called Antisocial that y'all know about. And on top of that, West and Slump developed this very distorted sound, and they would collab with some of the craziest beats. They both had songs throughout the years that would do well, but one thing they couldn't stay away from was beef. Pause. Now in 2021 and 2022, I feel like that was some of the craziest years for diss wars. You would have people purposely beef with each other just to keep their careers going. Like, I'm serious. But Slump and West was beefing with dudes that were in the same era as them. That's the problem. You don't know how many times I will see Slump and West beef with Tana or Dami. Like, there's videos out there that y'all can find that these dudes were just beefing with the same people in their group. I remember when Jace and Slump was both in the same label, beefing with each other. Then sometimes Slump would be cool with people that West clearly was not cool with. So it was a big confusion when it came to just having connections with that whole 2021 era. That was the problem with that 2021 era. Yeah,
bro, I was not listening to these niggas in 2021, bro.
Them dudes might have started.
And I just recently started listening to Tana, bro.
Started together, but they just broke their bonds. And when it comes to the music, SGP West was doing his own thing, but started to lose his core fan base, I'll say around 2023. Because I felt like he tried to rebrand himself when making street or some trap music, but the fan base didn't like that at all. They wanted that melodic and that distorted sound he created for himself. But nobody tuned in as much as they used to. And of course, y'all gonna have y'all different opinions, but I just feel like he's just not in the loop no more. Nobody really cared that much. Anytime you hear about him, it's only when he either dissing Jace or hopping on tracks with Slump. That's really it. Slump is kind of in that same situation, but of course Slump is much bigger than West. And not only that, he makes tracks here and there that do decent. But Slump has an issue that's a little much more different than West, because we all know that Slump got this problem where he's kind of looked at as the punching bag of the underground. The same way Young Fazo used to get unnecessary hate is the same way that Slump get it. And for some reason, rappers just don't like Slump. Over the past 2 years,
I just don't like his music, bro.
Randomly diss him. For example, Can, but besides all that, Slump done had his time where he was lit, but I don't see him escaping this loop of being that guy that everybody take their anger out on. Now, don't get me wrong, Slump still make decent music, and I tune in here and there, but what can I say? People done moved on, bro. And most of y'all know how I feel about Tej, but I'ma still go ahead and play this clip for y'all. From 2019 to 2022, man, I felt like bro was one of the coldest rappers in underground for sure. Cause anybody that found TG during that time, you know that his music was very niche. I remember I used to get clowned for being a TG fan because they didn't understand it, you know? He had a flow that was different.
Yo, TG hard, bro. I can't even lie, yo. Isaiah TG hard, bro.
All day. If we go all the way back to God's Plan,
God's Plan, oh my.
You know, they not. And I know
yo, God's Plan is so fucking hard.
Like to Alexandria, ILYLYLM and stuff like that. But prime TG, man, they just won't understand. Y'all just don't know. And the main reason why I feel like TG not in his prime no more is because he don't really want to, if that makes sense. Because TG really do be having times where he just don't like his fans. And he would disappear for like a good 8 months to a year. And then he'll come back, you know, talk to the fans on live and then drop an album. And that's been happening for the past 2 years, bro. And it get worse when you try to keep up with him. And he makes a different IG account like almost every 2 months. So it's really hard to like stay in touch with TG, especially.
Bro, wasn't Isaiah TG? Wasn't he charging niggas to get into his Instagram or something, bro?
And older,
I'm late to Isaiah TG too. But like I said, bro, whenever like I'm late to like listening to somebody, bro, I go back and I listen to their older tracks. Like I don't just hop on like the new shit niggas fucking with. Like I go back and I listen to everything and I see what I mess with and see what I don't. You know what I'm saying? That's just me though. That's how I found God's Plan, bro. That was not, you know what I'm saying, a new song when I found it.
You will understand what I'm coming. I'm not finna ask my homeboy, yo, TG made a new IG account, but he private, so you gotta wait 2 days. I'm not finna play Scooby-Doo and shit, man, you know? And it's nothing against TG, because I love his music, bro. So I get to it when I get to it. But you can just tell that TG really just don't care. You feel me? He just don't. And I'm actually happy for TG now, because I seen that he cut his hair and stuff, man. He looked more healthy. He actually looked like he's doing better, you know?
When that nigga like...
Listen, man, we could sit here all day and talk about how many...
Wasn't Isaiah TG like... What did they say? He had mental health shit going on, bro. Nigga, we all got mental shit going on, bro. I can't even lie. Some is just more severe than others.
Rappers are stuck in the underground. It is a long list, trust me. But to not take up the whole video, I'm gonna just give y'all 3 rappers that I think are definitely not leaving the underground. And the first one up is K Suave. K Suave, I can't lie, it took me a minute to get into his music. Like Sexually Active, Hit Me When You Land, Midnight in Malibu. Those are some hard albums. But what is the
I've heard of this nigga, but
when you listen to K
I never
Suave
listened to
music?
him, no.
Him talking about sex and drugs. It's more than likely always gonna be sex though. Like, come on, he has an album.
He a light skin, bro. Of course he gonna be talking about crushing hoes,
me all the time. But the point I'm trying to make here is, who is trying to sit here and listen to this man ramble about sex and only sex? Like, rappers talk about money and sex and drugs all the time, but
bro,
this dude,
what you do is you put that sexual music on a playlist and you play it when the hoes around. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can still get his nigga his plays. It's gonna hit. When you trying to crush, nigga, you got some liquor in your system, bro.
That's like his whole entire aesthetic. It's always gonna be the same type of sound with the same type of beats, and he's just gonna be
like, bro, what do you want him to do? Rap about, like, you know what I'm saying, guns and shit? Like, especially if he's not even like into that shit, bro. He more into like hoes. Some niggas just like hoes, bro. He rapping about his lifestyle. He's staying true to himself, bro. I don't even listen to the nigga and I'm defending him.
Be sitting there talking about,
I should have went to
like,
law
that
school.
was cool at first, but after time moves on, it's like, can you do anything else? And he's made it abundantly clear that he's not.
Like, bro, okay, look. Okay. Bro. Look, bro. This is gonna sound very homosexual, but look, I'm straight. I promise you. But like, look,
moves on.
I can be observant and straight at the same time.
Anything else?
This nigga will have his tongue out on the frame I pause on.
He's made it
He a light skin, bro. He a light skin, bro. With face tattoos, man. Of course he trying to crush something, man.
Abundantly clear that he's not gonna evolve his music or take into a different direction. He's just gonna sit here and keep doing the same shit. And that's cool, but you ain't going anywhere with that, bro. Next up, we got Zan Man. Now, I'm gonna keep it real. Zan Man was that nigga when I was in high school, but I don't remember any type of music from him. I just remember at a certain point in time, I just stopped listening to his music. And this nigga drops music a lot. He drops an EP or at least an album almost every year. I went to go listen to his recent album just to see what he's cooking now. I ain't gonna lie, it's not but that shit not hitting like he used to. I'm gonna just keep it a buck. I don't feel like he evolved that much. It feels like
Two's
he's
on
just
Glock
staying
and
the
that
same
cousin,
lane.
man.
And honestly, that could just be him not wanting
Come in
to
that
push
chat.
himself
No,
to
you
be a
can't stay
mainstream
inside.
artist. A lot of these rappers love the cult fan base that they have and rather just keep themselves in that little bubble that they have. But if he was to go mainstream,
I know
it
one
would've been
song by
years
this
ago,
nigga.
'cause now it
Nigga look like Rod
what's
Wave.
happening. And last
face.
but not
Look
least,
like
we
Rod
got
Wave.
SSG Kobe. Man, the fall off needs to be studied because it is just, oh my god. So everybody already knows about the allegations that was thrown his way, and we know he handled that poorly by addressing it in a fucking Discord. But after that,
Hold on, I want to read that. I'm late to SSG Kobe too, but I do mess with like two songs maybe. I want to read this out loud, as there has been a lot of information and disinformation going around, bro. Okay, let me actually read it so y'all know I have education. As there has been a lot of information and disinformation going around about me, I feel the need to address my fans. My parents raised me to always respect women. I practice this each and every day and will continue to live my life abiding by that. Unfortunately, a private matter of consensual sexual relations between two consenting adults has turned into a defamatory public matter against me. This nigga trying to use big words to help his case. I bet he has never used that word before, bro. Look, the picture being painted is not based on facts. I apologize that my desire to have a long-term relationship with someone was not properly communicated by me, resulting in a false rehashing of events. I will leave this matter to be furnished my legal team. What was he just messing with, like 14-year-olds or something?
it in a
I mean, that's what I heard.
But after that, he couldn't even really drop any music because
he's like Drake, bro. He like the underground version of Drake. You gotta separate the art from the artist, bro. Like, I still listen to Drake, bro. After all of that shit came out, bro, after him being on stage with that 17-year-old, how am I not gonna listen to Drake? I've been listening to Drake like all my life, damn near, bro.
Look crazy.
I still wouldn't put him top 5, but you know what I'm saying? He hard.
If he just dropped a song while all shit was happening. But man, when he came back, that was not the same at all. Like, I swear to God,
what up,
that
Draco?
situation just made his musical ability like 10 times worse. And that was just sad to see because Kobe was supposed to be one of them ones, man. And just by that situation alone and how his music is going, ain't no way in hell he's leaving the underground. Like, if he find a way to come back, bro, I'll be happy for him. But let's be real.
What am I watching? Rappers stuck in the underground. It's over now.
Shout out to Duty for letting me hop on this video, and I will see y'all in the next one.
That's you? Hey, bro. I couldn't even tell you how to not stuck yourself. I couldn't even tell you.
Stay focused, bro.